you're either forcing yourself to be on roads because you think it's cool. I finished year 11. It was that little summer holiday.
Yep.
So like everyone's growing up. I started smoking as well, like during that summer break. I was the black sheep of my family. 16, 17, I was trapping, and I went in jail when I was 18. So 16, 17, I was trapping. But as I got to 17, 18, that's when violence started getting involved.
Yo guys, and welcome back to another episode of Pod Goals. I think I should welcome myself back as well, because it's been a long time I've been away.
So guys, today I'm pleased to have onto the show a motivational speaker, predominantly for the youth. We'd like to call onto the show Isa, aka Ice.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum
Wa
assalam.
alaikum assalam, my brother. And you know what? We must say, this is actually a Ramadan.
Of course it is, yeah.
It is,
And it's
isn't it?
our first episode of Ramadan. We weren't going to do anything. But when your profile came along, I thought, you know what, bruv? Let's get brother Isa in.
Alhamdulillah.
How you
I'm
been,
happy
bro?
to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Alhamdulillah. I've been alright. First and foremost, let me just say, Allahumma taqabbal siyamana wa ruku'ana wa sujudana. May Allah accept all our fast this Ramadan and prayers.
Ameen,
Ameen.
Amen. What a beautiful
That
start.
was beautiful, man. Yeah,
I feel like wrapping it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Isa, you know what, bro? I want to go straight to it.
Yeah.
I want to go straight into your life. And we always start off with our guests to speak about their early years. Growing up, where were you born and bred? I'll leave it with you, bro.
Yeah.
Alright, so growing up here, it's funny enough, I wasn't actually born in London still. I was born in Saudi. I was born in Saudi Arabia in Jeddah still.
Were you?
Wow.
Yeah. But I done nursery in London. I came here at a young age still. I think it must have been like 1 year old or something. So yeah, literally I grew up in East London, Beckton. Done
Come on.
nursery to
Yeah, I
year
said,
11.
come on to you.
Nursery to year 11. Yeah, literally, cool. You see, education, yeah. You see, that's one thing that I want to actually speak on first of all, yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of people, yeah, like me, like where our parents, we weren't born and bred here still. Like our parents left a life of struggle from like Africa and these, I'm Somalian, innit? So I say Africa.
Yeah.
But even in Asia, Middle East, everywhere, like our parents left like such struggles, yeah, to come here and deep it. Like obviously I'm not a parent yet, I'm young in it, but then to leave a comfortable life that you're living at home, somewhere where you don't have language barriers,
Yep.
to go to a completely new space, all for the sake of your child that hasn't even grown up yet. Like literally our parents, they all came from these African countries because they knew that, the West, the London, America, these countries are the better places to give education. These are the better countries to raise my child in it, is what our parents thought. So then it's like we underestimate that so heavily, like we take that for granted still. And it's like,
100%.
trust me, like, yeah, like I appreciate every time that I appreciate my father still, like man, just appreciate my dad still, because like he was doing his little thing in Saudi and that, but he just like let everything go just to come to London for the sake of me and my older brother, who's 1 year older than me, Seth.
Yeah,
You met
man.
him and
Yeah.
that.
Lovely brother, man.
Literally. So then, and we was young, and then obviously like they come for this is what you have to understand. Our parents, they actually come for the sole purpose here to get us lot education. But then there's the youth like us lot who we end up in prison for education and that, like we end up, but so it's like, yeah man, just don't
No,
underestimate that.
I feel what you're saying, bro. You're
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
say
saying? Like,
it's so clear, but you're trying to say that, our parents have sacrificed
so much for us,
our life.
and like just blindly as well, like with no, like just with tawakkul, with the trust of Allah, that's it.
Of course, yeah.
And we let them down, or I let my parents down at one stage in my life, and that everyone that's on road, everyone, like all the youth that's actually doing road and that, just letting your parents down. And before anything, it's like you got to think about how that karma is going to affect you as a parent, like your children's upbringing, etc. innit?
Just to, if you don't mind me asking, so you said you let down your parents at a young
Yeah.
age. So what is it that exactly happened? If you don't mind
Obviously,
me
like,
asking.
no, of course, bro. Alhamdulillah, like me, like growing up, I was very academic. Like I was smart in school. Like I think I left with like 11, 12 GCSEs and that. Like I was
More than me.
cool. I was a bit mischievous, whatever. Like who's not mischievous? Like a bit naughty, but I didn't get kicked out. I wasn't on the path to the roads to begin with, right? I never even wanted to be on the roads or anything to do with the roads. But then it's like, and this is one thing that I realized about a lot of men that I meet in prison. Like they're actually smart. Like they're actually academically smart. So then it's like you're either forcing yourself to be on roles because you think it's cool, which is not, or it's like all circumstances. Like me, for example, like the way I actually like my whole journey on the roads, the way I actually like first initially became involved in anything to do with the roads, I finished year 11. It was that little summer holiday. So like everyone's growing up. Them times I started smoking as well. Like during that summer break, like my GCSEs was done. I had more freedom.
Marijuana, weed.
I started smoking. Like I started smoking with my brethren, but it was just innocent. Like we was just smoking and like it was calm. It was innocent. And then eventually, like I met my friend that was from the opposing area that he smokes too, and it was another smoking session, right? So then we linked up. We ended up smoking together, and that was in a block. Like, you know, them days back in the days and that 16s and that, like everyone go to the top of the blocks and that to smoke and that. So then literally I met him, and then there was like his friends that were really involved. Them and they came upstairs to the block and that, and then it was just like they just gave me a mad situation. Like I was in my sixth form clothes. Like I wasn't. You can tell I'm not on road. Innit? I had my backpack, my books in my bag. I was always academic. I was a smart guy. After year 11, like I literally like, so what happened? They asked me what area am I from, innit? Same intro that you man gave me, like what area are you from? And then obviously innocently I told them, like I'm from Beckton. These times I was going Chobham Academy. Do you man know Chobham is in somewhere in Stratford?
Yeah.
And then obviously those were opposing areas. So then the fact that I was there, so one of the boys that was involved, there was two main like culprits. Like I can't lie, they bullied me. They actually like they done me dirty still.
Yeah.
And it's like literally because one of them had suffered from someone from my area. Obviously as soon as they heard my area, automatically somehow I was affiliated in it. But then it was a gas to you thing. Like they were just gassed. Like they were together and they had energy. They just met someone from the other side and that. So like alhamdulillah, like when I say they done me dirty, like they recorded, man, they smoked me, like they literally put all my books out, laid me out still, just left me there. And then the crazy thing was, that the boy that initially that I met, the reason why I met him, he was my right hand, like from year 7 to like year 10, like he was my right hand still. And then eventually like year 10, he just left, like no words, he just left. And then I found out he moved to Stratford. But then we reconciled after year 11, innit? So then that was meant to be like our meet, like our initial introductionary meet and that. Yeah. And I could see like if he had the power to stop what was happening, he would have still. But then it's like his boys didn't even rate him either. So then it's like it was just a shit show. Like he just left with them still. And then it's crazy enough that I talk about that because like right now to this day, like shout man out, like man's friends with him, like I help him with trading and that. Wallah, still like that's actually my boy still. Yeah, brilliant. Like, and it's like as much as like I don't look at him like I became involved in the role because of you or because I met you, but the way I look at it is like right now in this stage, if I can help you leave the roads, I'm here for it, bro. Like we can be friends again. It's calm. Like
if you don't mind me, I just want to dissect it a little bit by it. So obviously that's what happened to you. Is that what led you on to going onto the road?
That's what led me onto the road still. Literally after that, it was a thing where like I couldn't really show my Marge that I'm not going sixth form anymore, innit? So I'm still leaving my house the next day, 8:30 a.m.s in that year, but I'm not going to that area because man's shook at these youths now, innit? I'm an innocent civil these times, innit? I'm shook at these youths. So I'm staying in my area. I'm staying in Beckton. I'm meeting all the members, the guys that didn't go to college, sixth form in Beckton, the guys that are literally just out here, outside and that. And that's when I built my relationships in the hood and that store. That's when I actually... And it got to a stage where like I just kept coming out. I was just out and about every day in the ends and that. I just started trapping because it's like I'm meeting elders and that. They're telling man, yo, like sell drugs and this, that. But it's, at the same time, there's a thing where like there's nothing better for me to do anyway. I'm with used 24s. Like I might as well make peas whilst I'm doing it. And then I remember, it was a thing where like I remember going OT store for the first time store, and it was a thing where like the reason why I went is because I was outside all day anyway, because I'm not trying to go sixth form. I'm not trying to show my Marge that I'm not going sixth form. So then it's like, I might as well go outside and come back with some change. So then when I was coming back to the change with like my Lidge boys from secondary days and that, who was still, you know how I said, I met, like we started smoking up and that, like after 11, when I go to meet them and I've got peas and that here and there. I can feel the glitz and the glamour and that. So it did feel like it was feeling all exciting and that at a young age, like 16, 17 and that, like it was
I
generally
think it's when you're young as well, and like you said, because you were just an innocent kid, now you've come across being, I wouldn't like to say a gang, but you're just part of a circle and an affiliation, and now you start feeling a bit more, I don't know how you say it, like more protected and you feel a bit more, exactly. You feel like now I'm not untouchable, but like I've got backup.
100%,
exactly.
100%. So then, literally, like after that, like literally went from trapping, went from OT trapping to in the ends trapping. When I say trapping, I was in OT selling hard food. Then I come to Newham selling hard food, and it's calm. I've been nicked for it all. It's all on my record and that. So I'm not incriminating myself in any form or way. Like, and then from trapping just came violence. Like with trapping violence comes with it naturally, innit? So then it was even a thing where trapping violence came. Like the boys that I became friends with that was in the ends and like in the area, they already beefed the boys that violated me. That's they're already beefing anyway. So now man's friends with you lot. Come, let's get our revenge on them and that done me dirty, innit? So wallah, Allah, like if that situation never happened, I genuinely think I would have had the normal. I was the black sheep of my family. My older brother, mashallah, like GCSEs, A levels, went to uni, got a degree, working his career job. That would have been my life still if man didn't go through that situation. So it's like nowadays I see like bare man, like they want to do the road thing, they're trying to jump on road and that, but then it's like there's also guys that didn't want to do the road thing. They're really trying to find exits. They're really trying to leave. And like this talk here, I'm trying to chat to those people to show you lot that you can actually leave. Like it's just a mental thing. And the first thing is identifying the fact that you're done with that life and you want to leave, innit? And that's like the first main important point that no one really like does. No one takes that mental conscious decision to say, yo, like I'm done with the roads, innit? And then once you do that, then it's not a linear journey still. It's not like a thing where you're gonna jump off road and then boom, you're off it. It's a thing where like you gotta work towards it. You gotta plant that seed first. That's that seed making that mental decision. You gotta just keep watering it. And alhamdulillah, like everyone will be with it. Like if you're gonna be the first one, for example, like me, there's no one. The person that my inspiration is Muslim Bilal. Do you man know Muslim Bilal? I don't really have no one from the hood who actually like turned to Islam or jumped off. So I thought I'm gonna be that, innit? Like let me be the first, because nowadays Gen Z and that the old inspiration they're looking for is in like the older generation like me, and my older generation is like the likes of Muslim Bilal and shout Camille from Upton Park. Like I don't know if you might know him, but he just graduated in Medina University, mashallah. Mashallah, so it's like that's my older generation that I look up to.
So to keep taking you back into the dark times, but
it's calm, bro.
So you see how you said that you can come out of the roads. Where was your turning point? Because obviously I know you said you went jail and everything as well. What was the reason you went jail?
So like cool. So it was like 16, 17 I was trapping, and I went jail when I was 18. So 16, 17 I was trapping. Like as I got to 17, 18, that's when violence started getting involved too, like getting 1-2 get backs on the guys that done whatever and that. And then eventually, like the story behind how I actually went jail is a funny story actually. Like, and you know what, like I'll share it still. So
if you don't mind, if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Bro, I'll share it. It's alright still. So it literally like it's a morning. It's like 8-9 a.m. or something. I got a call on my line on my drug phone, right, on my trap phone and that. And then it's one of the elders from the ends and that. He said to me, he said, where are you? I'm thinking it's morning, mate. I'm sleeping, innit? Like, where else would I be? I'm at home, innit? He said, I need your shank. I think, what happened? And then this is obviously something like I was already a known member. Like I'm known for trapping in the hood and that. I'm already known. I've always got a shank. If you need weapons, mate, go to Ice, mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then it's like he said to me, yo, I need a shank. I said, bro, what happened? Everything good or not? And then he said, like XYZ happened the day before. We're riding out. We're like right now, like this instant and that. I'm gonna come back here in the next like 1-2 hours. was an afternoon ride out, like literally like 12 p.m. and that still. So then obviously like literally boom, he's come now. I've met him. I saw him and one young G and I said to them, like, where's everyone else in it? Like, I thought there was gonna be at least 4 or 5 man minimum. Like the situation was a bit peak, innit? So then I thought, yeah, he said, oh, like, yeah, like no one's coming. Like he's told me, yeah, no one else is coming. Like he's trying to get through to this guy and that guy. No one's coming. I said, yeah, I'm coming. Fuck it, I'm coming. Like, and the reason I wanted to go is because like where a situation happened the day before, I knew the brother the situation happened to. It wasn't even if I knew exactly what happened, I would have never went on that day store. But because it was just a rumored situation, like it was a rumor that something might have potentially happened.
Yeah.
But then the fact that our brethren didn't, like, no one could get through to him. No one knew how severe it was. So instantly, the next day was ride out day and it was get back day, and instantly. So then, yeah, alhamdulillah, bro. The guy, astaghfirullah, no, alhamdulillah. The guy called me.
We know what you mean. We know exactly what you mean.
100%,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? The guy called me, pulled up. I said, yeah, I'm coming. I said, I'm gonna change my clothes. I saw they'd even have balaclavas. So I said, yo, man's gonna go yard. Like it was an angry ride out, innit? Like, yo, we need to our bedroom.
Lay our mark down, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so then I was thinking, cool, let me go yard. I'm gonna get changed, grab you man some ballies, coming back out. Come back now, met them 10, 15 minutes later. By now it's like 12 p.m. and that. Yeah, literally, like we went to our up blocks, like we literally circled and circled, like we're gonna find someone, like broad daylight and that. And then eventually we found like a gang looking youth, like ski mask, dreads or plaits and that, on a pedal bike licking shots. All right, so automatically we assumed that that's a pagan, innit? So naturally, whatever happened now, the young G that was with, I say young G, at the time he was like 14, 15 or something. I was like, I was 18. He was like 14, 15. And my other friend, he was like 23s, 24s or something. Yeah, like the young G. So what happened on the day was actually mad still. So whatever, we committed a stabbing and whatnot. And then we took chase right after the stabbing. So a civilian called the police and told them, yo, there's been a stabbing. So then right now there's two-way traffic, right? There's two-way traffic. We're cutting out of this area, right? But there's too much traffic. And then there's a bully van coming this way or that. Once the bully vans like come side to side with our car, we just knew they know it's us, right? Because like I felt like 5-6 faces look directly into the car. Yeah. So then as soon as they saw that, boom, lights go on. Shit. My brethren's a certified driver. I'm not gonna lie. Like boom, through two-way traffic, he's found a way to get in the middle and just bump cars left and right.
Yeah.
Took a next left turn. The car sputtering. Wallahi, at the car sputtering, where we hear the sirens and that we know they're coming, but the bully van is gonna take a bit of a while because there's proper two-way traffic in it. Yeah. So all the cars have to like get out the way slightly, innit? Boom, the car sputtering. Obviously, I was in the back, right? So my brethren jumped out the driver's seat. The other brethren jumped out the passenger seat. Me, I was in the back. Child locks on. Wallahi, child locks on. So a man's hearing the sirens get closer and closer. I guess adrenaline just made me act still. I think I climbed to the driver's seat, jumped out, whatever. We're all running away now, but we're all running in the same direction. And then my brethren says, yo, you go that way. Yo, every man, let's stop following each other, right? So that's what we do. And then eventually the sirens are just getting closer and closer. Me and my brethren, me and the young G, we're running this way. My other brethren's gonna run that way. He's told us, don't follow me. So now there's only 2 ways we can go, right? He's told us, don't follow us. So then we can hear the sirens getting closer. So I haven't even looked back. I'm not even thinking about the young G. But then I hear a bin close, innit? He tried hiding in the bin store. Then it got to a close where got to a point where the sirens are too close. Well, I just had to stop running. Man just tried to blend in as a civil. I just started walking. I started saying my bismillahs, I started saying my prayers and that. Felt like it is what it is, innit? Like I can't even say alhamdulillah, cause it cost the young G years of jail in his life and that. Like now I'm seeing interceptors coming this, like I'm just walking on the normal pavement, like I think it's like 5, 6, 7 minutes away from the actual scene of the stabbing. I'm just walking. I'm seeing interceptors come here. The bully van was coming from there. My brethren's in a bin there. they've knocked down the bin and that, like they've basically found him, innit? They found him. So man just look back on my shoulders and that, I can see they're doing, there's helicopters, there's everything. I'm thinking, oh my days, they bagged him, I'm next. Like they know it's me, man. I'm a walking civilian at this point. Alhamdulillah, bro, I found the next. Like boom, man, I've carried on walking. I'm just carried on walking straight, gone to some next right and left. I saw a civilian. I moved like I was out of breath and that. I said to him, yo, I just been robbed for my phone and that. Let me just call a cab on your phone. Called Goldline. Goldline was the thing back then. And then, yeah, like, alhamdulillah, like, I made it home still. And then I literally met up with the other brother that I was, like, that moment. Like, we had a regroup. Like, we had a regroup checkpoint, right? So then, yeah, like, what was it after that? Like, what was crazy after that was actually, that the young G that got bagged, he ended up getting, when he got nicked and took to the station, they charged him on Section 18 GBH with intent. All right. My other brethren, he got nicked the next day because although I bring him spare baddies, he said, I don't want a baddie. I need them to know it's me. I want them to see my face and that. I said, cool. Like, that's him, all right? He got back the next day. CCTV showed his face blatantly. Gang unit, everyone knew who he was and that. Like, who's even, like, he's still a rapper to this day and that. So, like, he got bagged instantly the next day. Me, alhamdulillah, like, I was out for like a month. Like, I had a little 3-4 weeks because I didn't leave evidence. Like, the one evidence that I got bagged with was it was a water bottle that had my prints on it, and I don't even know how it had my prints on it. Wow. Like, I don't know how I left the water bottle, but it was away from the scene. But so then this is what happened, right? Because his face was actually on camera, he went guilty, like, at the station. So the first one got nicked, went guilty, GBH with intent. Second one got nicked, went guilty, GBH with intent. I got nicked a month later, seeing that the only evidence they got of me is some water bottle. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So then when they took me in for GBH with intent, and the way they took me in, that's another story as well. Like, that's another story still that we'll get into still. But they took me in, they said Section 80 GBH with intent. At the station, I told them not guilty. That these times I had like a month to prepare. I prepared my solicitor. I knew my 2 co-defendants just got bagged. I was next, like, it's coming in. Like, I was slap prepared. I went not guilty to GBH with intent. Obviously the way they arrested me, like, I was on the run because I saw, like, one co-defendant got bagged on the scene. The next one got bagged the next day. Like, for 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, I was on the run. Like, I should have been on the run more properly. I was on the run, like, still in the borough, not going to my mum's house specifically, innit? Still in the borough. Yeah, then the one time I went to my mum's house, because, like, my mum saying, yo, you've been away for like 2-3 weeks. What's wrong? Is everything okay? Like, come home and that. I just thought, right, like, let me go for this one night, show mum everything's okay and that. Well, like, the next morning, like 6 a.m. or something, like, I'm just hearing doof, doof, doof.
And you know straight away?
I knew straight away, and this is how I knew straight away, yeah, and they knew I knew straight away. Because as soon as I heard doof, 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 my room's got a back window that you can climb out the back garden, and you can literally make a cut for it to some next side road in my state, right? So as soon as I've opened that window, there's 3 Jakes waiting right there, like, on the back garden that I could have jumped into. They said, yep, they said that wouldn't be a smart idea, lad. So automatically they knew I was there.
They knew you were going to run for it.
They knew I was there, innit? And to this day, I don't know how they knew I was there still. I try to look through my what's it called, my court papers and that, my case papers, sorry, and I just think it was a neighboring snitch or something. Or they must have been staking out my yard. They must have been waiting for weeks and weeks.
So you basically got done for GBH with intent as well.
But here's where it gets interesting. Like, I went not guilty, yeah, and then I went guilty. So now 1-2 months in, obviously I'm gonna talk about, like, my remand time, like, once I went my first days and that, getting in and that. But 1-2 months in now, they've changed all of our charges. They said, cool, your brethren's being cheeky, going not guilty. You're all getting charged for attempted murder. So then it was a thing where, like, even my solicitor, and they knew that I would go home. Like, if they try to nick me for attempted murder, I would. There's not enough evidence to nick me for attempted murder. I would go home. However, the other 2, they're going down, and they're going down for years, for attempted murder years, from a trial, because they're not going guilty to attempted murder. No one wants to go guilty to AM and expect a third off. You're still looking at 16 and that 17 and that. So yeah, like, literally 1-2 months in, obviously I was with one of my co-Ds. We was in jail together and that. We was reasoning and that. We was talking a lot and that. We even came up with a defense plan and that, what we're gonna say, why we was there and that. But then like he just said, bro, like if you can go guilty, and I was with other elders as well from the ends and that, them and I was just telling me, yo, take the rap because you're gonna get the least sentence because look, there's not much evidence on you, innit? You're gonna get the least sentence. So if you go guilty, then obviously Section 18 is not a charge anyone wants to go guilty to, innit? That's GBH with intent, right? I think starting point is like 9 to 11 years or something, innit? Yeah, so
so they nearly switched it up to attempted murder.
Yeah, no, they did switch it up to attempted murder still. They said to us, right, like, because your bridges are not guilty to Section 18, you're all getting charged for attempted murder. So it's a thing where, cool, like, I had a decision to make, right? It's either these men go down for attempted murder and I'm free, or we all go down for Section 18 and we all share the time that we do. Like, it's gonna be a long time. Starting point was 9 years these times. Oof. Do you know what I'm saying? Or 9 do 4.5.
Yeah.
But feasibly, like, it's better than the man them at that time getting 16, 17s and that, innit? So yeah, literally, like, so then now what happened more 3-4 months into jail? 3-4 months into jail was even more interesting. I've now said to them, cool.
So how long were you in for?
I done a 623. I got sentenced to 6. I got sentenced to 6 years.
So you went guilty instead then?
So yeah, so literally, yeah. No, but it wasn't easy. They didn't make it easy going guilty still. So after they said attempted murder, me and my solicitor, we said to them, cool, we'll go guilty for Section 18, just drop the attempted murder on all of us. Then I'll say no. Then I'll say, nah, we're charging you all for attempted murder. Like, it's final word. When they accepted my plea was on the first day of trial. So I done my whole remand thinking, fuck, like we're all going down for attempted murder.
Yeah.
Or even if Abbas case, like these two are pissed. On the first day of trial, alhamdulillah, like Allah answered our prayers. They said to us, look, we accept his plea for Section 18. We're not going to have attempted murder trial. We're just going to sentence you lot all. They gave us a sentence date. I got 63. The younger G, he got 8-4, but the reason is because he had other phone robbery cases and this, that. He had other violent cases. This was my first ever violent charge, innit? I only had drug charges these times, right? So, and then my other brethren, he got 11. He got 11 do half because he was over 21. You know, like 18 to 21, you got that little leeway. So yeah, literally, like, they told me 63, you're going to jail. Like, yo, like my ward kind of like stops to us because you know what's the worst thing about all of us on road, yeah? Like, we get sentenced and that, and we watch our mums cry and cry and cry in court, and we still don't want to change. Like, we still don't want to, we don't want to be the change. Like, so, and like that's like that shit just hurts me deeply still, and that did hurt me deeply. I was thinking, bro, what have I done? Like, what have I actually done? But cool, like, fi sabilillah, alhamdulillah, like, yeah, man, read it still. Man, read the 3 years, 2018. I went jail. I come home 2021, August. Like, alhamdulillah, you see that prison sentence, I was heavily gang affiliated. Like, the name Ice was ringing bells. I'm not gonna lie, like, anyone watching this knows Ice knows it was ringing bells. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to power on the wing, this is a little gem that people that ain't been in prison, like, don't know. Yeah, like, how to have power on the wing. You just need to be the supplier. You need to make sure that you got the patterns, you got all the loud, you got all the phones. People have to come to you to buy stuff. It comes with risk of, like, people of jealousy and hate and people trying to rob you. But at the same time, it's like, if you're really well protected and if you're genuinely like, if genuinely, like, you're the only person with a pattern, no one's gonna pop you down. Everyone's in jail, in it. It's a team sport. Everyone's happy, everyone's smoking, everyone's got phones. If you're the only person, as long as everyone's got everything, do you know what I'm saying? And if you're the only person that can get it in, like, no one's gonna try anything because you're making everyone's living standards easier, innit? So you have to be the patterner. I swear down.
Is that what you were?
I was a patterner still, I'm not gonna lie.
You were the real G.
iPhone 16 Pro Max, everything.
I was a patterner, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, you know, obviously you spent time in prison, and we can go into your prison stories. I'm sure you've got stories for days of how you probably got in fights or whatever. But I want to talk
fights,
about now.
I had govs bringing me things. I done the whole shebang in prison. I'm not gonna lie.
That's another episode, bro. So
that's another episode.
Maybe we'll have to do one of your life in prison.
Sure.
So, bro, when you came out, I want to speak about you reflecting on all this now.
Yeah.
Like you said, bro, you saw your mother, and respect to all the mothers out there when they have to see their children going through such crazy lives, bro. They never, they don't bring you up for you to do that.
Exactly.
You know
what I'm saying? That was, sorry, not to cut you off, bro.
No,
Yeah,
course, bro.
that was like the first point I was making. That's why I started it with that point, like where our parents come from other countries, like they don't deserve to see us lot do that to them still.
That's not what they moved here for.
Do you know what I'm
they
saying?
came here to
Like,
give us a better life.
a better life, not make their life worse, innit?
Of course.
So now that you've come out, bro, for example, the day you've come out, what was the first thing that you changed from a mindset point of view? Did you straight away think, look, F this life, I'm changing everything about me from now on? Or was it a thing where you had to slowly change?
No, I didn't change at all still. I done a 623. So they sentenced me to 623 years. I come home, and because within those 3 years I was 18 to 21, right? And I know why I didn't grow up still. It's because like those 18 to 21 years is where everyone at my age, they were like moving on to uni, like they were actually going through their growth and development and self-development. But then me, I was more indulged in like, I was being more of a menace. So
Inside.
Like, yeah.
Of course.
So like where I'm meant to be growing, I'm deteriorating in terms of like, I'm becoming more bad mind. So I come home gassed. I remember 2021, August 26th. Yeah, bro, like I came out.
Because you're just thinking, look, cool, I went in for something bad, but when I went inside there, I was
a G as well, innit? Do you know what I mean, bro? Like, so I came out
ego
gassed.
was basically
My ego was up the roof still. And in these times, like, there was no music artist home from the area, right? So then I was having bare waswas in my ears telling me, yo, you should make music. Like, you should be the music artist at least until the main man them come home and that like make some noise in the industry for now, innit? Like,
I can't lie, when I saw that music video, I was like, that is not him, bro.
That's not me,
That
innit?
is not him.
We have the link
It was hard still though.
We have the link in the video in the description.
100%, yeah.
If you want to watch Ice doing icy things,
Nah.
then it's there. So yeah, bro, so you got into music then?
Yeah.
No, I got into music still. You know, one thing about prison, everyone gets into music. Like, everyone that goes prison, they've got bars. They've got bars. It's because, like, where you ain't got nothing to do, or, well, I'll get into that because you got a lot to do. I became a funded trader from studying Forex in prison still. But this was in my second time in jail, innit? The first time in jail was still on the youthful stuff. Was still on the baby stuff, innit?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, bro, I come home, I done music. The Mali wave was going off them times as well, 2021, 2022, like Mali. That's when like the Mali rappers and that actually started having their little upcoming, and I was thinking, yeah, man's the next Mali from there.
So do you still rap now, or is that completely finished?
Nah, that's completely finished. There's
Well, if we just asked you now to drop a little freestyle, say a little something.
You know what,
the
like
mood go a bit more calm. Don't have to.
There's you know what, yeah. Inshallah ta'ala, there's a few nasheeds and poems. I'm much good at I'm much more better at written communication than I am at verbal communication. So I've got a few poems and like spokes words still, but we need the influence of Muslim Bilal for that still. So you lot make sure you send this to Muslim Bilal. Make sure he sees that.
We'll tag Muslim Bilal in this.
Inshallah ta'ala.
So it's all good, but we thought we'd have a little.
I thought you might have dropped a little poetry in it,
Why don't you just drop some poetry, bro? Surely you've got something in your mind. You're thinking, yeah, I might as well spit it on the Pod Goes podcast.
Cool. Can I play a beat? Is there a way to play a beat?
Yeah. What do you want to play?
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Alright, cool.
This is all live, but it's uncut. So we're not going to cut this part. We're going to put a beat on. Tell us the beat, brother. What is it?
It's called Halal Beats. Halal Beats Africa.
Halal Beats Africa. Let's go.
Good thing I had my laptop on, innit?
Yeah. No, we've got a studio. We can set it all up.
What is it, that one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a remote.
Right there,
I've got it right here.
All right, this is the first time we're doing this on the podcast, so here we go.
Hey, yeah, that's it.
How clean this is
Can
going
you
to be.
reset that for me. Reload that. Wheel it up. You man really.
Oh, this is the first time we're doing this.
This is the first time we're doing this. Go on, let's go.
You know what I mean?
Listen, just keep bopping your head though. This is a cold beat still. Yeah. It's a tambourine, it's not haram. Halal beats, you heard that. Listen. This morning I was chilling up in London, oh. Then I ended up in Istanbul. Last week I was in a prophet's land. I'm a traveller in these lands, sitting on a boat through Nasser City, and I got to witness something pretty. All the students of Ilm getting busy, so I made myself part of those lands. See, I just started travelling. Came off license 1 year ago. Before that was a life of sin. Alhamdulillah for tawakkul. Tawakkul saved me from this dunya. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that.
That's the flow. You know what I mean? Cool. First time on the podcast.
You know what's good about that? Yeah, exactly.
That was good, bro. It's
getting
into a story mode.
Yeah, it's kind of story. Yeah,
story.
I like that,
bro,
man.
So then, obviously, I want to go straight into it. We don't have much time.
That's fine.
So you got the music stuff. It's something that you are going into now with the halal poetry sort of sound. I think it's quite a popular thing now.
Yeah,
with a lot of artists, and it's a thing where you can reflect back on your time and talking, you know, in a poetry form, which sounds really nice to listen to, but there is a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Is that your way of letting it all out?
You know what, yeah? To be fair, to be completely honest, yeah, you see, when it came to like my way of letting it out, yeah, I've got an ebook out right now still. I've got an ebook and I've got an actual current book here, 2 Row for the Streets. That's actually like in the process of writing. Like 3 chapters of it was handwritten in jail. The other 3 chapters, because that book is my life here, the other 3 chapters I'm walking in it right now, right? So it's like I'm never gonna complete that book just yet. Like I want to savor that one, right?
Yeah.
So then I guess writing, my writing is my form of like letting it out. Not really like this, like the rapping or spitting or verbal communication part of it still.
Bro, you know, I've got a question for you. Yeah. You obviously went back into prison a second time, which, you know, for in this particular, I think we'd have to have a part 2.
Yeah, 100%.
There's so much to speak about. We don't have that time on the podcast, so I want to speak about just take one little piece out of it. You said you started a business,
right?
The second time you were in. You don't need to go in why you went in again. Tell us how that started briefly and how you started trading from prison.
Cool. Like, you see, that I love talking about this because this is what actually inspires people. Like, you know, one thing that before I speak about this that I want to say is like a lot of humans here, they don't have hope, and you know they feed that negative connotation of not having hope towards other humans, right? So then you see when you go prison, you're like you lose your hope, you lose a lot of your hope. So it's like what I'm trying to do here is to show people like it don't matter that you've been in prison. Like Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, he been prison, like he done prison, no bunk beds. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, who are we as normal humans when prophets are getting tested with those hardships, right? And yeah, like, so you know this. So I was out for 4 or 5 months. I was never gonna last. When I came out on Fuckeries and like making music, I was never gonna last. I literally went back in 4 or 5 months. The reason why I went back in, funny enough, like I'm not even gonna get into that, but it's because I moved myself I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the roles, right? I moved myself to a uni accommodation because I didn't give probation prior notice. That's a breach of my license conditions. They sent me back in for like another year and a bit still. So then that year and a bit though, I went through. So that's when I went through my growth, and I went through a late growth year. But what this done here was like it boosted my mindset and mentality by like 6 years. Those 3 years that I lost out, I'm already 6 years ahead of the curve. So what I done now, alhamdulillah, like I said, I was always the patterner. Like one way or another, I'm trying to pattern still. So yeah. I had phones. So then these times, right? So this is another thing that a lot of people don't know, yeah? This is how the legitimate life goes, right? I've told you, man, about the illegal life. Let me tell you a lot about the legitimate life. And I'm using my older brother as an example, right? And other people, but he's the main example that I want to use. You finish GCSEs, you finish A-levels, you graduate from uni, you work your career job, and then you want to come out the matrix. You're not happy with the career job salary. You're not happy with that's when you look for entrepreneurship. That's when you look for a skill, right? Whether your skill's in trading, coding, property, starting up your own business. But after you go through that whole journey is when you look for it. So me, alhamdulillah, I had my older brother who was embedded in the trading industry. I was in jail. I said to him, but I was in jail as a proper grown person. Like this time, like you can't really talk to me about gang beef and this, that. Like I'm not really too concerned about it. Like I'm not too, like I'm a bit too grown, or in my mindset anyway, I'm a bit too grown for that right? But then there was still situations like, as much as I'm going through it, I couldn't my past haunted me. I couldn't hide from it still. Like, if there's someone from the other side and this, that, then it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So then, yeah, bro, I said to my brother, yo, bro, I'm trying to leave the roads. Chat to me, like, I want help leaving the roads. He said, yeah. He said, I said to him, I want to start trading. I didn't say I want to leave the road. I said, I want to start trading. Like, chat to me. This nigga, yeah, he gave me bare content. He just dashed me in bare YouTube videos. He said, if you want to learn how to trade, here's all the right information that you need to follow. And me having time, being an academic, like I said, I was always smart. It was time for me to start using my academics in the right place. Oh, this was the best decision I ever made in my life still. I've got all the time in the world. I'm studying a new craft, a new skill. I'm perfecting my skill. I've made a 5-year plan. On top of that, I've started planning for my business, right? I've started planning for Sheikh School, right? But how I actually launched it, yeah, it was actually like, it was very accidental still. So let me get into that was me still. I told my older brother, yo, I want to get into this trading thing. He just dashed me into hella YouTube content. And you know, nowadays, yeah, it's like, anyone that asks me that they want to start trading, and I take them through that same journey that my brother took me through. I help you, because you see with the whole trading industry, yeah, it's very easy to get lost in the wrong source of information. And that's where a lot of people go wrong in the industry, right? I trade Forex. I don't dibble and dabble with crypto too tough. I saw you, man. I saw the Bitcoin episode.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. That was good. Yeah, that was good.
Big up Satoshi on that.
Come on. So then, yeah, I trade Forex still, foreign currency still. Specifically, if anyone's actually watching that's a trader, I trade EU and GU. That's my babies. I analyze DXY. That's my love.
So I can ask you a bit of a personal question. You're making the Ugandan dollars.
So I'm a funded trader right now still. Yeah. And you know what's so crazy? I used to rap for, I was affiliated with a gang called ACG, right? And now I'm a funded trader with the prop firm ACG, Alpha Capital Group. And then what's even more crazy, I used to throw up sixes for fun. I used to throw up six. That was like my little gang stuff. Yeah. And I passed with ACG on the 6th of August, 2024. Yeah, we're not in 2026. So
you're still repping ACG regardless.
Accidentally, innit?
It's just fake, bro.
That's fake.
But you know, that's another like mix up that a lot of traders get into, like thinking you're destined for it. Like, it's not like that still. You actually have to mash the work. Like, you have to put in the work still. Like, notes, notepad, journaling, pen and paper still.
Yeah.
So like, alhamdulillah, like, I started that journey in prison still. Like, I was watching videos. I had a dongle, so I had Wi-Fi. You know, even now, like, I've got brothers that I've introduced to trading in prison and that, but then it's peak for them card. They have to put their phone in certain positions and that to even get service for things to even load up, let alone watch and that. So
with trading, it's all about timing as well, isn't it?
It's all about timing, innit? It's all about time, innit? Obviously, like, if I can simplify trading for everyone, yeah, like, all you're looking at is, obviously, I don't know how much people watching this pass their maths GCSEs, but you know, in any graph, like, there's an x-axis and a y-axis, right? So then the x-axis is time and the y-axis is price, all right? So in trading, like, all them lines, all it is showing you is where price was at a certain time. So yeah, like, that's all it shows you.
So you're currently trading at the moment?
Yeah, I'm a funded trader.
Would you say that's your main source of work right now?
So alhamdulillah, like, I'm a cobbler too still. Like, I fix watches, I repair watches, I cut keys, house keys, car keys, all of that.
It's a jack of all trades, isn't it?
You've lost me.
No,
this podcast, I don't know what to name it.
And then alhamdulillah. So then this is where, like, the main like, this is where my journey truly begun, that I'd love to say, right? I come home 2024 November. This was after my recall. I was ready to tackle freedom. Like, yo, I made a 5-year plan. You know what? You know, it's funny enough. Do you know the plan I made in jail? I don't even know if I should say this on the podcast still, but it's calm. We can show the evidence. You can show I had 2 plans. It was either I was gonna go clear from trading, or all the music stuff, like, all the music groupies that I was getting. I was either gonna manage OnlyFans girls and go clear, or I was gonna persevere in this trading thing and go clear. And I've got handwritten plans and a plan on how to do both still. Alhamdulillah, I chose trading, and it was
halal. Yeah. Do you know why? Because it's Ramadan, that's what it is.
It's funny you said that, bro. Yeah, you're so honest.
Yeah,
you know what? The one thing me and Seth love on our podcast, especially where our guests, we don't want them to be filtered, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like filtered podcasts. I watch a lot of them, and I believe when I'm watching it, it's filtered according to what podcast they're on.
Yeah.
And you said from the beginning, bro, look, I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
And that's where we appreciate the fact that you're just being honest. And whether people want to judge, that's going to happen regardless.
It's going to happen regardless.
We're judged for even sitting here like this,
you know
thinking,
what
no,
I'm
God,
saying?
you should be praying.
I'm
They
used
don't know
to
that
it.
we really
Yeah,
pray.
yeah.
But
You know what I'm saying?
that is the way we work in the dunya we're in, bro. The world
That's
we're
how
in,
it is. That's how it gets to.
So you're doing that now. I want to, before
Cool.
we
Let
wrap up-
me quickly. Sorry. Not to cut
carry
you
on,
off
bro.
here. 2024 November, I come home. Yeah, this was when like life kind of changed for me. Yeah, car 3-4 months later, I came off license. Like I was finally done. Like since like
Fully
my whole
free.
2018, I was fully
Yeah.
free in it. But straight away, yeah, I think like 3 days after, I made Umrah, and Alhamdulillah, yeah. Within those months of November to February that I come off license, I made a withdrawal from trading store. Like my trading that I was studying in jail and that withdrawal of £500. It literally helped me budget my way into Umrah store. And these times I didn't have no income store. I wasn't working, and I come out of jail. And how did I pay for my trading mentorship? Shout out MBB Trader. I was in his mentorship and the 3 videos that my brother dashed me into was Dots' videos, right? And anyone that's involved in my trading industry knows, because anyone that asked me to study trading, there's videos out there on YouTube for free that's going to genuinely teach you the right source of information. However, there's also videos out there that's going to divert your attention from what you need to know to feed in the next man's pocket in terms of like signals and subscriptions and like so like so the right
You
source
can
of
either be
information
making money yourself or you're making money
for
the
next man.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's literally the industry, and we call them network marketers, innit? They network marketing the trading thing, Lambos, jewelry, make it look nice. So the one that's desperate, the one that's actually they're gonna send my man peas, innit? Rather, there's people, even me, like my services are all free. I ain't got no paid trading services store, and I even done a funded account giveaway like 2 days ago. Store I gave away a 10K
I see that,
account.
yeah. So
You see
what?
that, yeah.
Just to dabble in it a little bit more. So are you actually teaching people how to trade as well then?
So I got a private mentorship here, but then it's like I don't charge. All my services are free for them. There's 8 members in there. 3 of them, alhamdulillah, they're funded traders. So like, and the way to get into my private mentorship is funny. You just have to show me notes on all them videos that my brother sent me to do when I was in jail. So I'm only taking them through the same journey that I went through still. So then
Because you also want to know if they're serious as well.
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
of course.
can't waste my time as well still. So
if anyone that's watching wants you to help them or guide them to the right direction, how would they get hold of you?
you can get at me through my social store. I'll literally just send you the playlist to watch. Dots 10%. The 10% playlist on YouTube is a free playlist.
There you have it, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, your all the links to your socials will be in the description below. So
Yeah,
if you do want to
100%.
contact Ice,
Do you know what I'm
Isa,
saying?
just contact him through there.
So
Yeah,
then,
but we want to wrap up. So I want to speak about, before we wrap up the whole podcast in one, I want to speak about you.
let me. I think I know. Do you want me to get into it? Let me get into it. This is the juicy part.
Yes.
So.
You're waiting for the juicy part, bro. Let's go.
So then, cool. Yeah, 2024. I came off license. I thought I'm done with this country. I'm cutting, innit? I had 1 backpack, no luggage.
Wow.
Like 1 backpack, 5 phobes. I think like 6 boxes. Or I think like 7, innit? Let's be precise.
Don't try it, man. There was some inside outs.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You know the one-
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
On certain days, go commando.
That's
It's
it.
all right.
do you know what I'm saying? I've got my I'm wearing the towels anyway. How can I forget what it's called? So yeah, alhamdulillah, I went Umrah.
Yeah.
And then I went Turkey, because my grandfather passed away, Allah yarhamu, whilst I was in prison, and they weren't trying to let me see him and that. So then I went to go see his grave and that. He lived in Turkey. My dad's family lived in Turkey. And then from there, I was a bit free, innit? I thought, right, like, where should I go next, innit? Like, I'm a trader. Like, I can trade remotely, innit? Like, where should I actually go next? And you know where I went to Egypt to butt my older brother, because like I said, like, he finished uni, like, he was on a journey where like he's been working for a while. He just wanted to go to Egypt to study. So he was there for like a year.
Yeah.
I went there to buck him for like a week, 2-3 weeks maybe. Like, I went on a holiday. I didn't go there to study, innit?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I fell in love. I never came back still. I learned so much in Egypt from Arabic. I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Arabic. If anyone actually knows, I'm Mustawil Sadis. So that's level 6 in Beni Adik. And then
How long were you there for?
I was there for like 10 months though. I ended up staying for 10 months though. I come back not too long ago
Where
actually.
in Egypt?
Nasser City still. Nasser City, Al Wahid to be specific. Yeah. I come back February the 16th.
Oh, so not too long
Not
ago.
too long ago.
Literally, last
Did
month.
you miss it?
Yeah, man. I really want to go back, but you know what? I'm actually good on the 28th of April, and I've actually invited 2 people publicly, like from our stories and that. So in Egypt, I met a network here that they do some Kuwait program in it. I'm not sure if you man heard of it, but it's like a 3-month course in Kuwait where everything's paid for: accommodation, food, your daily travels there, and like when you're in Kuwait. And yeah, like, so my brother went to the Kuwait winter program. So the summer one's coming up now. So he just put me through to them. As soon as he put me through to them, I said to them, "What do you man need more people? Like, I could get you bare people that will love to go to Kuwait for free, innit, to study and that." And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got them 2 people. Alhamdulillah. Like, so hopefully.
What is it today they're studying there?
They're studying Quran, Arabic, Aqidah, Fiqh. So like belief, Iman, Creed, Tawheed. Like there's. But then obviously this is the thing, like, it's an intense studying course. So, like, it's a 9 to 5 of studying. It's not easy. I remember like my brother went with like one of his brethren. It's a 3-month course. I think his brethren left after like a month and a half. Like,
wow,
it was too intense for him, innit?
Yeah.
So then,
is that what you learned in Egypt as well?
Yeah. That's where like you start. That's where you begin the journey and that stuff. So yeah, alhamdulillah. That's what I'm even like. That's what Sheikh School, my brand, is about, innit? Like, man's just trying to bridge the gap between the guys that actually want to study, because there's actually some good brothers out there, like even that I met in jail specifically, that they will love to like do like just leave this country, go to a Muslim state to just study.
I'm just happy to hear from the brief story what we've heard about your life. Literally, it's probably a couple of days that he's only told us. It's like how you've changed up, switched up, and
it's mad.
Alhamdulillah, look,
like 2 different people.
Yeah, and look, you fell in love with Egypt out of all places. Like you've gone from Beckton to jail to all of a sudden in Egypt and falling in love with. I mean, it's just when it's your calling in it for Islam.
Oh, 100%.
That's it. Yeah.
How's your mum now with you?
My relationship with my mum is the best. Like, alhamdulillah. Like, Jannah at her feet is, inshallah, reserved for me, innit? Let's say inshallah is reserved for me.
I love that.
You know what? It don't matter what you did in your part. The man you've become now is what matters, isn't it?
I appreciate that still. And you know one thing that makes it even more proud. So there's so the mosque in my local community in Windsor in the estate, they asked me to give reminders to the youth and that, right? So man's just giving like just reminders. Like, I'm not teaching them. Like, I'm just like giving them that little subtle reminder.
Little motivational speeches, innit? Just keep them on the right path.
Keep them on the right path, and that's like seeing how she reacts to that. It just makes me so happy, man. Like, that fulfills my happiness. I'm not gonna die still. Yeah.
So, bro, before we do wrap up now, I want you to leave a message for anyone that's watching this, and it's quite, I believe you're, like you said, you do youth work anyway.
Yeah.
For anyone that's watching and they're on the path of, they don't want to openly say it.
Yeah, of course.
Going a bit
left.
towards the left.
Yeah.
A message for them.
Cool. My message for you is you need to start by identify that you want to be done with the roads, innit? You make that conscious decision that this isn't the life you want, that you want better for your life, and then naturally you're gonna make small incremental decisions that are gonna actually like lead towards that. So that's the most important thing. Once you actually understand that you don't want to live this life, you're not gonna continue living it. All right. So then, and another main thing is like, forget the critics, man. You're gonna always have critics. Like, I swear down, like being one of the first man that jumped off road and that, like, I promise you, like, I was getting hate, like left, right, center, like hate for jumping off. Oh, he's wet. Oh, he's that. He's this. But it's like when you know that you've actually like mashed the works, and when you know that you've genuinely like had your heart in it for the hood and that, like like nowadays, like all the hoods still chat to me, like everyone, like man's cool with everyone tells man like mashallah, like I inspire those same people that was inspiring me to do road. And like that's the main change. So it's like, and to do that I had to face the critics. Like for the first 1-2 months that I made my decision, like I didn't care for people's opinions. People are always gonna talk. Of course people are gonna talk, right? But it's just that you have to know what you want deep down within your heart. And this was one of my reminders that I did say in my local mosque actually. Yeah, like there's a dua that we make 17 times a day. Yeah, well, like if you pray 5 times a day, right, you make a dua 17 times, right? You say ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, we read Fajr every rakat, right? You say Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Oh Allah, guide me to the straight path. And what is the straight path? That's just the path of no sinning, the path of the non-illegal path. Right? So yeah, like that's the little reminder that I want to give everyone, innit? Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim. Stay on your straight path. How are you gonna stay on your straight path? Follow your 5 pillars, follow your 6 pillars of Iman, inshallah ta'ala.
Oh, beautiful. What a way to wrap up the podcast, man. Honestly, thank you so much, my brother, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
We have to get you back for a part 2. I'm looking forward to that because there's a lot of stories you've got.
I haven't even started talking about the future still. I've
only
talked about
hearing this part. I've forgotten about the previous part, man. Like, how was you even on road?
There you have it, guys. Man. That was Brother Issa. If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe.
And hit the bell notification so you don't miss none of our uploads. Obviously, we're going to have all of his links in the description below.
There we have it.
There we have it, bro.
Yard of the Core. Peace.